Hey guys, welcome to 30 minutes of no row HIIT that we're going to use weights in. So it's kind of a HIIT and tone workout. We've been doing this quite a few times in the past few weeks because I really like using the weights and I like the feeling of having that full body, really efficient workout that gets my heart rate up, really tones my muscles, and is over pretty quickly so I can get on with the day. So that's what we're going for here today. You will need a set of weights. I'm going kind of medium range with 12 pounds today. We are going to do 8 exercises, and it's not really 8 exercises because some of them are repeats, but we're going to do them non-stop back to back. So we'll do one exercise for 40 seconds, the next exercise for 20, and then 40, 20, 40, 20. For the first round of work, the 40-second exercises will be weight-based. So we'll be using our weights, and then we'll do 20 seconds with no weight. It will just be body weight. And then we'll go through all 8 of those. We'll take a little break, and then we'll do it again. And the second time, the weight-based exercises will be 20 seconds long, and the body weight exercises will be 40 seconds long. And we'll do all 8 exercises back to back again. Then we'll take a break, and we'll do a new round of exercises 2 times through. So the first round of exercises is all lower body based. I'm going to show you all 8 exercises before we warm up. I think I'll do it after we warm up, so it's a little bit closer to when we're actually doing them. And we'll also go through some of those exercises in the warm-up, so you'll get kind of familiar with them and you'll recognize them as we get to them. So let's go ahead and start that warm-up, and then we'll get right into it. Hopefully this starts to make sense if it sounds confusing at this point, and you'll have a good workout. So let's get started. All right, we're going to start feet wide and just start with that lateral lunge side to side. So right and left, bring the hand to the floor. You can twist that upper body, chest presses forward, booty presses back. Sit as low as you can. Maybe you're not ready to be very low yet. Maybe you're up here and you're tapping your knee. That works too. We're going to go for 8 more. Here's your 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hands to the mat. Place them on the floor. If you need to walk your feet a little bit closer, a little further, you can. We go 2 pulses down and 2 presses back with the thighs. So down, down, press the knees back. Down, down, press the knees back. Chest stays lifted, back is flat. 2 more times right here. 1 and 2. We're going to heel toe those feet all the way in. Soften the knees and round up. Once you get to the top, we're going to bring the arms up overhead and swim them backwards. Core is tight. Legs are still. Swim it forward. 4, 3, 2. We're just going to squat right here. So I widened my feet just a little bit. You may need to do that or you may not, whatever you want. Good, we're going to go 2 counts, pulse at the bottom right here. And stand up. 2 pulse, and stand up. Just 2 more like this. And stand up, last time. Good, I want you to grab imaginary weights. We're going to swing them, so my knees are going to be soft. I'm going to swing them, bring them to my shoulders, and squat. Let's do that again. So this is an exercise that you will see in the workout. Working the hamstrings, glutes, and into the quads and glutes for the squat. 1 more time after this. Good. Come back to center, take those feet apart. Another exercise we'll see in the workout is a plie. So we're just going to take it down and up. Remember that idea of your tailbone being tucked under, pointing straight down to the floor, belly button in tight. We're going to add a calf raise at the bottom and the top. So I'm going to plie down, calf raise, lower my heels, come up, calf raise, lower my heels. Good. So just getting those ankles and calves involved, getting them warmed up, ready. This is an exact exercise that you will see coming up in the warm-up. We've got just 1 more time here. Last time. Good. Come to the back of your mat. Big inhale up. Roll all the way down. Walk your hands forward. Hold it right here in this high plank. We're just going to rock forward and back. So point the toes. and rock back. Do it again. Point the toes and rock back. Warming up through the shoulders, the core, still working into those ankles. 2 more times. Forward and back, forward and back. Great. Bring the right leg forward in between your hands. Come up, let's take this nice hip flexor stretch in a lunge right here. Sink in nice and deep for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hands to the floor again. Step back, switch the legs out. Raise that upper body, sink in, pressing this right hip forward and then slightly down. 4, 3, 2, hands to the floor, come back to that plank. Slow burpee, walk up right here, right and left. Stand up, reach high, bring it back down, step right and left. One more time, left foot first. Bring it all the way up. Excellent job, guys. Take a big inhale up. Exhale, bring those elbows down. Big inhale up again. Reach to the side. Big inhale up again. Other side. Big inhale up. Clasp the hands, roll forward, round through that back. And we are ready to go. So you're gonna grab your weights. You can put them on the ground for now. I'm going to show you those 8 exercises so that you're ready to go. All right, so you guys can leave your weights on the floor, but just keep them nearby. I'm going to show you those exercises. Like I said, there's 8 of them. There's actually only 5 individual exercises. The first one is one that we did in the warm-up. So we've got that swing. My knees are soft. I'm going to bring the weights back, swing them forward, rack them at the front, squat. It's a narrow squat because I want those weights to go on the outsides of my thighs. In that swing, my chest stays lifted, my booty pushes back, and then I squat. From there, we're going to put those weights down. We're going to go into a lateral lunge, so I'm going to step onto my right leg, tap the floor, come back to center, into a burpee with a hop or a step, and back up. Same thing, same side. So we'll do it just to the right for the first time through. Then we're going to grab those weights again. We're going to go into a reverse lunge. I'm going to keep my right foot forward. I'm going to go into a reverse lunge. I can tap the knee to the floor or not. Then I'm just going to bring that foot in about halfway, go into a staggered deadlift, and then go back to that reverse lunge. I can do this with 1 weight or 2 weights. If I'm doing it with 1, I'm going to hold it in my left hand. Staggered deadlift, reverse lunge. Then the weights go down. We do that lateral lunge into the burpee to the left side, lateral lunge into the burpee. Then you're going to grab your weights again, 1 weight or 2, left foot forward, you go into your reverse lunge, bringing it about halfway, staggered deadlift, reverse lunge again. Then we'll go from there into the squat twist we've done before. You're going to squat and then bring 1 hip forward, just one side, 1 hip forward. Great, then you're going to grab your weights again. You're going to go into that plie calf raise. So I'm going to take my weights, I'm going to put them on my shoulders, or you could hold 1 weight at your chest, here, or in between your legs, whatever feels good to you. So I'm going to do 2 weights. We're going to go down into the plie like we did in the warm-up. Plie, calf raise, heel down and up, calf raise and down, plie. So it's a calf raise at the top and the bottom, nice plie sitting low. Then we squat and twist left, okay? So those are the exercises, 8 different moves, well, 8 moves total. Some of them are the same. 40 seconds for the weight ones, 20 seconds for the body weight. We'll do all of those. We'll take a quick 40-second break. We'll go back through and we'll switch. 20 seconds on weights, 40 seconds on body weight. So grab some water and grab your weights. Whew. Can't get in my mat. Grab those weights. We're gonna go in 10 seconds. So take your feet about shoulder width apart. You want to have a nice solid squat. You can go narrower if you want to, but mine will be about shoulder width. Soften the knees and we swing back. Here we go. Bring them back, swing them to shoulders, squat, and up. So your arms are carrying the weights, but the power here is coming from the lower body to bring those weights up to your shoulders. Back, up, squat, and up. Back, up, squat, and up. Good job. We're 20 seconds in, halfway there. Big muscle groups being used here. That's gonna help get your heart rate up. 10 seconds to go. And then we go into that right leg, lateral lunge, back into the burpee. Last one, put the weights down, right leg, lateral lunge, come to center, hop or step burpee. Go at your pace, whatever feels good to you. Don't keep up with me, don't stay back with me. If you're ahead of me, keep trucking. If you're behind me, keep trucking. You got it, guys. Last one, grab your weights. That was just 20 seconds. Right leg forward, left leg back. Reverse lunge, step in halfway, deadlift. Squeeze those shoulders back. Reverse lunge, step in halfway, deadlift. Reverse lunge, halfway, deadlift. You got this. Take it back. This is 40 seconds. And then we go into that left leg, lateral lunge, into the burpee. You got it, guys. Stay with it. You've got 10 seconds. Push the weight back into the heel. Push the booty back. Flat back. Last one. Put the weights down. Lateral lunge. Left. Center. Burpee. Lateral lunge. Left. Center. Burpee. Your core is tight. You're moving with control. You're using lots of big muscles here. So it doesn't take much to get the heart rate up. Last one. All right, grab those weights. We're going right into that left leg lunge. Reverse lunge here. Tap the floor or not. Step it in, shoulders back. Deadlift. So left leg is forward. Lunge. And flat back. Lunge. Really working into that left heel every time. Your back foot is really light in that deadlift. You're halfway there. Breathe through it. You've got 10 seconds to go. And then from here, we go into that squat twist. Right hip will come forward. Last one. Come up, put the weights down. Squat twist, right leg forward. Core tight. Think about your shoulders pointing straight ahead. Okay, shoulders stay pointing at me. Just 20 seconds here. Not bad. You're already 15 in. 3, 2, 1. Grab your weights. Plie with the heel raise. On your shoulders or wherever they feel comfortable to you. Heel raise, straighten, heel raise. Remember, tailbone goes to the floor. When I straighten my legs, I'm squeezing as though I'm trying to lift my kneecaps up my thighs. Lift, lift. You got it. Stay with it. I keep saying you got it today. There's always a phrase that I end up getting stuck on. It might be you got it today. That's okay, because you got it. Almost there, 5 seconds. Put that down. Squat, left hip forward. Here we go. Again, only 20 seconds. Squeeze through those abs. Shoulders forward. It's not really a jump. It's just that twist. You gotta lift your feet to get up. One more. And rest. All right, guys. I'm gonna give you 40 seconds off. We go back to the top of that one. 20 seconds on weights, 40 seconds on body weight. Grab some water. Get yourself ready to go. You've got 20 seconds. We start with that swing and squat. Just 20 seconds long. Easy peasy, we can do that. And then we'll go right into that right leg lateral lunge. So grab those weights. You've got 5 seconds to go. I'm doing shoulder width apart again, knees soft, shoulders back. Let's go. Swing, squat. Weight in the heels. Swing, squat. Think about pressing through the hips, letting them push back, and then push you forward. Come on. Almost there. This is your last one. Put them down. Lateral lunge to the right. Hands to the floor. Hop or step. 40 seconds here. You might need to pace yourself. I'm definitely not winning any speed records today. I'm moving at a pace I know I can keep up for 40 seconds. And when I have to talk, come on. You've got less than 20 seconds to go. Here comes 10 seconds. We've got that reverse lunge on the right leg into the staggered deadlift right here. Pick up those weights. Right leg forward, left leg back. Lateral or reverse lunge. Here we go. We're only doing it 20 seconds, guys. Stay with it. Keep control. I know your heart rate got up on that lateral lunge into the burpee. You've only got 5 more seconds here. Goes by so quick. Do one more lunge. Put those weights down. Lateral lunge left. Burpee. Center. Again, pacing yourself, knowing you're doing this for 40 seconds. Think about holding that core in and together. Zipping up that midline. To keep those abs nice and tight. You've got it. Oh, there I said it again. It could be a drinking game. It's the number of times I say, you got it. You're 30 seconds in. Come on. We've got left leg, reverse lunge. In 3, 2, last burpee, grab your weights. Front leg, left. Lunge it down. Step it halfway. Deadlift. So, if you're feeling like you're solid with balance today, you could always do this by lifting the back leg. I am not there today. My hamstrings and hips are talking to me for who knows what reason. They just like to talk to me. Last one, lunge it, come up, squat, twist, right hip forward. Here we go. 40 seconds. Again, you might need to pace yourself, right? Twice as long as we did it last time. Shoulders stay forward, so I get that awesome twist through my core, through those obliques. Belly button tight. You got it. Oh, take a drink. Just kidding. Come on. Almost there. 5 seconds. 2, 1. Grab your weights. Plie, heel lift. Here we go. Plie, lift, straighten, lift. Plie, lift, straighten, lift. Plie, lift, straighten, lift. Just 20 seconds. No problem. Last one. Good. Squat, twist. Last 40 seconds. Then we get a minute break. And we go into upper body. I'll show you those 8 moves. And again, it's not actually 8. Not 8 different moves, at least. Stay with it. You're halfway. Come on. Feeling that burn. 10 seconds. Keep squatting. Don't quit. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Whew. Get some water. Let your heart rate drop a little bit. I'll show you those moves. All right. Great job. So same format. First exercise we're going to do is resistance but not with weight. So we're going to do a shoulder tap in a plank. So onto your hands and toes, you're going to tap right, left, then on your toes or on your knees, go into one push-up, then come back up, tap left, right, and then a push-up. So you're just alternating taps and push-ups. And then from here, we're going to thrust into a side plank. So back into plank, I'm going to thrust back, come forward, look back at my feet, and do it again. Same side, all the way through. Each time, that's to get our heart rates up, which is not easy to do when you're using upper body only. Then we're going to go into rows and biceps. Palms face forward. I'm going to turn sideways. Feet are close, knees are bent, back is flat. Row with my palms facing forward, stand up. Biceps curl, palms stay in the same position. Row, curl. At any point, if you want to mix it up, Turn the palms in, row, hammer curl. Maybe we'll do that the second round through. If you feel like doing it before then, that's fine by me. Then we're gonna thrust into that plank first, thrust, side plank, look back at your feet. Do it again, all one side. Then from there, we are gonna stay on the ground. We are going to do a lat reach with a hip raise or a glute bridge. So I'm gonna bring those weights together overhead, or if it's too much weight, you can hold one at both ends. I'm gonna show you one just to demonstrate. I'm going to lift my hips as I bring the weight back overhead. So first the weight comes back, then I press the weight toward my hips. I'm gonna lower the hips, but I'm not gonna touch the floor if I can help it. And then press up, squeezing through the heels. Lower, pull through those shoulders. You wanna think about activating through the lats right through here, so you're kind of pulling down before you pull that weight up. I told you this music company I've been using likes organ music for some reason when it comes to weights. Then our workouts. Then we're gonna go into a high-low punch. So I'm gonna stand sideways, back into that plie position. Right arm is going to punch low, high, low, high. So I'm getting my legs involved and the arm pushing. Then we come back down to the floor. We go back to our weights in a skull crusher. So I'm gonna actually put my feet straight up to the sky. I'm going to lower the weights right beside my temples, and then I'm going to lift the weights toward my toes. Okay? By the temples, lift the weights toward the toes. Again, you can absolutely do this with one weight right here and lift toward the toes, okay? So we go after that, we go right back into that high-low punch on the left side, and you're done. So those are your upper body exercises. We're gonna get right on into it, starting with the shoulder tap and push up. Let me get that passed, okay. Organ music is not what gets me going. All right, friends. In the shoulder tap, right hand, left hand, one push up on your knees or toes, then pop back up. If you're on your knees, pop back up for the shoulder tap, left hand, right hand. Here we go. Right, left, I'm dropping to my knees, push up, come back up. Left, right, dropping to my knees, push up. This one is 40 seconds. Even though we're using body weight, it is our resistance move. From here, we'll go into that thrust into the side plank, looking back at your feet. You're 20 seconds in already. Remember, drop to your knees anytime you feel that form suffering, or if you just know push-ups are not going to happen for you today on your toes. I pretty much always know that. I do not like push-ups on my toes. I don't really like push-ups at all. All right, friends, let's thrust back. Come forward, right arm reaches back, look at your feet, do it again. Look at your feet, take your time on this. It is our kind of body weight move. It's not gonna get your heart rate crazy high because it's not weight bearing pretty much. But, last one, pop up, grab those weights. It does keep us moving and it does work a whole lot of bodies and muscles in our bodies. Let's row here, palms face forward, stand up, curl, bend over, row, curl. So think about those elbows squeezing up and back. Brushing along your rib cage, squeeze. Your shoulder blades squeezing together. Belly button in tight. 20 seconds to go. And we've got 20 seconds again. In that thrust to side plank. 5 more seconds. Those weights handy, put them down. Thrust, other arm reaches forward. So come on, come to the right hand, left arm reaches, and we take it back again. Up and over, and back. Up and over, and back. Just 20 seconds, not too bad. Come on. Last one, grab your weights, lie down into that lat reach with the glute bridge. So, I'm going to squeeze my weights together just to control them a little better. And as they come back up over my chest, I'm going to press my hips up and squeeze. My belly button is pulled in, and I'm thinking about squeezing my abs together like they're being zipped up that center line. You guys keep going. I'm trying to see my clock. I did not place it well today. Got it. Pull back, arch way off the mat. Stay with it. Oh, in fact, I don't want you putting it down. I forgot that little bit. Last one, guys. Good. Come up. From here, we are going to go into the high-low punches. So, toes turn out, plie. Here we go. Punch high-low, high-low, high-low. 20 seconds, that's all you have to do this round. Use those legs. It's gonna help get your heart rate up. Use those arms, make them big, nice, solid punches. Come on. You've just got 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Lay down, grab your weights. Triceps, legs straight up. Bring the weights right by your temples. And then lift straight up toward your toes. If one or the other of these exercises feels like it's too heavy to have 2 weights, then please drop 1 weight. Stick with form, stick with technique. Don't worry about how heavy your weight is. Do what you can do today. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Almost there. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. Exhale. Come up. Left foot forward. Right foot back. High-low punch. 20 seconds. You've got this, and you've got that 40-second break. Ooh, I said it again. It's drinking time. 40-second break coming up. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest and breathe. 40 seconds off. As you can tell, your heart rate's not quite as high as it was when we were doing lower body, because lower body obviously demands more because the muscles are so much bigger. That's not to say that this is easy or that you're on a break. I mean, right now you are, but you know what I mean. All right, friends. We are going to go again in 15 seconds. We're starting with the shoulder tap, push up. Shoulder tap, push up. All right, so remember you can do the shoulder tap on your toes, so it's giving you extra core challenge. Push up on your knees if that feels better to you. All right, guys, we go in 5, 4, 3, on your hands and toes. Let's go, shoulder taps. Knees or toes push-ups. Shoulder taps, trying to alternate the hand that taps the shoulder first. Squeeze the kneecaps, push the heels back while you're in that plank. This is only 20 seconds, guys. This is your last one. All right, lunge it back. Bring it forward. Right arm looks back or reaches back toward your toes. You look back at your toes. Thrust it back. Push it forward. Reach it back. Lots of muscles working here. So not as big, not as weight bearing as the squats and the burpees, but a lot of big muscles working really hard here. You are 30 seconds in, almost. Right here, you're 30 in, 10 to go. 5. Last one. Good, grab those weights. Let's do the row, palms in this time. Palms in, come up, hammer curl. Bend the knees, flat back. Row, come up, hammer curl. Bend over, row, come up, hammer curl. Control both ways. I don't want you to drop the weights. You've got to fight that pull of gravity. Last one, and down. Thrust to the other side now. Here we go. Thrust forward, left hand reach. Eyeballs look back at the feet. Keep the hips high. Don't let them drop. Feel those triceps working. Oh, I almost didn't make that twist. I almost fell. Triceps working to keep the arms straight. Hold the body up. Shoulder. Back. Legs. Core. So many muscles working. And come down. Grab your weights. It's that lat row. Overhead reach. Lat pull, actually. So I'm going to reach back. I'm going to pull and press the hips up. Try to hover the hips. Exhale, pull. Inhale down, exhale, pull. Inhale down, exhale, pull. Just 20 seconds here. Last one. Come up into that punch. Right foot forward, left foot back. Here we go. High, low, high, low. 40 seconds. Use those arms. Use power. Punch with purpose. Don't just fling your arm around. I see that all the time. I want to see real structured punches. Use those legs. Come on. 20 seconds. Halfway there. You got it. Woo, drink again. You gotta count these up. Save them for later. 10 seconds. Come on. Stay with it. Stay with it for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come back down. Grab those weights. Triceps. Feet high. Bring them down by your temples. Reach them up to your toes. Bring them down by your temples. Reach them up to your toes. Keeping that low back in contact with the mat. Okay? Squeezing those arms to straight. Only letting the upper part of the arm move. Not letting that elbow move forward and back. This is your last one. We're back up in that high-low punch. 40 seconds. Let's go. Belly button in tight. I'm okay here if your booty goes back instead of straight down. Not really worried about this being a plie. It's more about getting that punch in and then moving all of these muscles to keep that heart rate up. So it's good form whether your booty goes back or not. That's a sumo squat, right? It's its own move. You keep moving. You keep doing what you're doing today. Power, purpose in each punch. Almost there. Come on. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathe. Get some water. All right, guys, that was 2 rounds, 8 exercises. I guess it was 4 rounds, 8 exercises. Get some water. We're gonna do one more thing here. It's a 4-minute AMRAP. Remember, AMRAP stands for as many rounds as possible. So I'm gonna show you the exercises. They're all ones that we've done so far. Some are kind of mashups. You're gonna do 10 of most of them, 5 of one of them, and do as many times through as you can in 4 minutes. It's not a race. I'm not trying to beat you. You're not trying to beat me. You're trying to do your best, what you can do today. So the 4 exercises that we're gonna do: alternating lunge into the burpee. So we're gonna alternating lunge, right burpee, then left burpee. Okay, so we're just gonna change that. Instead of going one side, excuse me, we're gonna go alternating left to right. Each burpee is what you count. So I want you to go lunge 1, lunge 2, lunge 3, lunge 4. So the burpee is what you count. You'll have 10 total. From there, you are going to do a thrust plank. So from here, we're going to come into the thrust. You're going to come into the plank, shoulder tap, thrust, forward, shoulder tap, thrust. If that bothers your knees, you can always go into down dog, forward, shoulder tap, Either one of those. You're going to do 10, and again, you're going to count each time you push into plank. So 1 here, shoulder tap, 2 here, shoulder tap. Okay, so 10 of those. From there, you're going to take it into 10 of the squat twists, alternating 1, 2, 3, 4, just like that. So you'll go 5 each direction. So again, you can count the squats, 10 of those, and then at the end, we'll do 5 lat reach, tricep extension or skull crusher, and reaching to the toes. So I'm going to keep my feet on the ground to start. I'm going to put the weights together. Lat reach we did, triceps we did. Now I'm going to bring my feet high and reach for the toes. So we did them all. I want your feet to stay on the ground when you bring these weights overhead. If they're up in the air, it's going to be really hard to stabilize. So feet on the ground for that through the lat reach, and then they can come to the sky for the triceps. That's 5 of those only because they'll take a little while. So you've got 10 alternating lunge burpees, counting the burpees, 10 thrust planks, counting every time you come into the plank, and then alternate shoulder tap, 10 alternating squat twists, right? Counting every time you squat. And then 5, lat reach, triceps extension, reach for the toes. And we are done after 4 minutes, okay? 4 minutes is what you've got, and you can do this. All right, I'm gonna make sure my timer's ready to go. And in fact, it is. You will notice the only thing you need weights for is that overhead reach, the lat reach, triceps, and toe reach, okay? Everything else is body weight. So, we're gonna get started in 10 seconds here. We're gonna do that, sorry, I forgot my first exercise. Alternating lunge, burpee, okay? So we're gonna lunge right first. In 3, 2, 1, here we go. Lunge to the right, come center, and burpee. Lunge to the left, center, and burpee. You're doing 10 of these, that's 2. Counting your burpee, 3. You can hop or step these burpees. 4. Keep going, you're counting and moving on your own. You might be going faster than me or slower than me. This is my 6. This is my 7. 2 more. 9. 10. And then I'm going to come down into that thrust, plank, tap, tap. Thrust, plank, tap, tap. That's 2. Here's 3. 4. 5. Really squeeze those quads. 6. 7. 8. Alternating the lead hand. 9. 10. From here, you're going to come up, squat twist. 10 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Grab your weights, come back down. Lat reach. Feet can come up now or they can stay down. And then lift here if you want. Reach for the toes. Feet come down. Just, oops, I forgot what I was doing. Just 5 here. Skull crusher, feet high, reach. Lat reach, skull crusher. You might be ahead of me because I messed up. That's totally cool. Keep going, I've got 2 more. Reach, triceps, reach to the toes. Last time. Lat reach, triceps, reach for the toes. Come back up. Alternating lateral lunge. You're 2 minutes in, guys. We're gonna get through one more round of this. Come on. Count your burpees. Core tight. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. On the floor, thrust, plank, tap, tap. That's 1. See how fast you can go. Can you get in more than just 1 round in the next minute and a half? Breathe. 7, 8, 9, 10. Squat twist. Come on, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You've got 40 seconds. Come on. Stay with it. Lat reach. Triceps. Skull crusher. Reach for the toes. Come back down. Feet on the floor. Lat reach. Skull crusher. Reach for the toes. 3 more. Feet down. Lat reach. If you've already finished this, I want you going right back. Right back into that lat lunge. Into the burpee. You've got this. Come on. You've got 1 more after this. If you're with me. Stay with it. Stay with it. We might be done with our time, but we're finishing this exercise. And we are done. We went over by 3 seconds. Not too bad, guys. Excellent job. Take a second to breathe here. Let that heart rate drop. Bring those feet together. I'm going to scoot back a little bit. Get some water. Bring those feet together, soles of the feet to touch. Just kind of flap those wings a little bit. Just feel those inner thighs kind of loosen up. And then grab onto your shoes and just gently pull. You can even press those elbows into the calves and kind of press those outer thighs, outer knees down toward the mat. And then sit up, bend the knees, grab on underneath, round your back. Good. From here, I'm going to bend my left leg and bring my right leg on top. And then I'm going to bring that left hand to grab the knee and twist. And then other side. So I'm going to bring my right knee, then bring that left leg over. Elbow comes to the knee and I twist. So you might not get a back crack in this, you might. But mostly I want you to feel that great stretch that comes around into the glutes and up into the back. So nice. Good. Come to center. Let's take it to a straddle. Lift that chest high. Walk your hands forward and lower down onto the elbows. If you can. If you can't, I'd rather you stay up high and press the chest forward. I don't want you to be here, okay? Not rounded. Lowered if you can. Chest pressing forward. And then we're going to bring it back and take it to one end of the mat for you to go into a nice pigeon here. So from my straddle, I just brought my left leg in, rolled over, and I'm just going to lower my body down, kind of sink into it. Again, if you can come onto the forearms, great. If not, don't force it. Again, I just want you to feel that stretch through the outer thigh, hip, and into the glutes. Let's just turn around to get the other side. So, same thing. Bring that shin across and then walk your hands down if you can. Great job, you guys. That's really a full body workout. Constantly moving, constantly changing, no breaks for 8 exercises. So for 4 minutes, you didn't have a break, and then we took a break and did it again. So that's really kind of a longer interval of work. Tuck those toes. Come into a down dog. I like to do long intervals of work kind of broken up into small intervals. So we had an interval of resistance work that went right into an interval of cardio work. Walk those hands back. Forward fold, hold here a second. Just let it hang. Bend the knees, roll all the way up. Bring those hands up high and then back behind you. Clasp together, press down. Really press those hands down, squeeze the shoulder blades together, open up the chest, hold here. All right, my friends, great job. I will see you next time. Bye.